and self-discoveries. I hope you really think about the question deeply. I'm earnestly trying to give you what I think the truth to be is. I'm not here to slander anyone's beliefs or thoughts. I know everyone comes here with their own beliefs and thoughts on the subject matter. So I'm hoping, I'm probably going to offend, but those aren't my intentions. My intentions are to try to raise thought. And this is purely an intellectually motivated academic endeavor. And so I'm hoping everyone here can, afterwards, when we get to the Q&A, have questions that they have thought and they've really deeply struggled with the issues that were at hand here. So with that, I'm just going to say, I'm going to get right into the question. Do I think God exists? No, I don't. Last night I was thinking about all the ways that I could think that Tanner could possibly argue for the affirmation of God. And I was trying to think of all the ways he could possibly argue for God's existence. And I come to realize there aren't really that many. One of the most popular arguments is an argument from truth of a religion. Let's take Christianity, for example, and see why the evidence is so lacking when these claims are attributed to certain religions. As far as Christianity is based on the belief that the Gospels of Jesus' miracles are true. Any variation of Christianity, some level of truth is attributed to the Gospels and attributed to the miracles that are done by Jesus in the Gospels. And so you ask, what's wrong with this? And I said, well, they were written 2,000 years ago, and they were written decades after the supposed occurrences, not by first-hand contemporaneous eyewitnesses. All right, so they're just miracles that have occurred, say divine wine or divine the future. So what's so hard to believe about that? Let's just say, even if the eyewitnesses were there writing down these occurrences firsthand, they saw them right there, not decades after, but they're there looking at Jesus. They saw him, they spoke to Jesus, they saw him do these miracles, and they were contemporaneous. They had the idea, they were the scientific age, they knew about evolution, knew about germs, knew about astrology, astronomy, chemistry, and all of other sciences. Even if they were mentally aware of these things, would this be still believable? Is this good evidence? Or is it good enough to believe these things? No. It's even if they were today and they saw Jesus today walking and they saw him do these miracles, it still wouldn't be enough. You ask why? If someone saw it firsthand, why wouldn't you believe them? Because miracles of the same sort occur every day and no one believes them. You don't believe them. It's just true. Take Satya Sababa, for instance. No one in here knows this man's name. If you do, good luck, but I doubt anyone knows his name. He's a South Indian guru who of the same miracles has been professed to do the same things that Jesus had to be done. He lives in this day, he's in the 21st century. Thousands of people have seen him firsthand divine the future, heal the sick, the same miracles that Jesus has been attested to. In fact, he was supposed to be born of a virgin. Apparently that's not original amongst religions. Horus was born of a virgin, Mithras was born of a virgin. In fact, in history, parthenogenesis isn't that unique. Alexander the Great was supposed to be born of a virgin. Genghis Khan was supposed to be born of a virgin. And apparently, if your parthenogenesis doesn't mean you're going to turn the other cheek, because they killed a lot of people. And so, no one here believes in Satya Sababa. Why don't you believe in these claims? You take the same miracles, take them 2,000 years ago, write them decades after the occurrence, and then half the people on this earth believe it to be true. Does no one else see a problem here? The second thing that most people, if not that a religion is true, they'll argue that without religion, immorality occurs, or without religion, it's bad. Just to address this argument quick, before I even delve into it, the argument, just to let you know, is a non sequitur. It doesn't address God's existence regardless. Even if it was, it could work as a placebo effect. I don't think it'd be true, but even if it was true that it was good for humanity to believe in a God, doesn't mean it's true. It's a non sequitur. It doesn't address the argument of God's existence. When they say it drives to immorality, I mean Denmark, who's has the highest non-theist, atheist percentage, by any marker or standards of a society, is better than the United States. Has less crime rate, less teen pregnancy, higher literacy rate, higher academia. In fact, when you correct for academia, there's a higher percentage of atheism that occurs. And when they claim that it's immorality, in prison, in the United States alone, 80 to 90% I think of people in prison are religious, compared to 0.06 or 0.6% of jailmates are atheists. And the percentage in the last report that I saw was about 13% of the United States don't have a belief in a deity. So if this were true, you'd think the inverse would be true. You'd think there'd be a higher percentage of people in jail who were not believers. The last argument, quickly, before I've noticed that my time has dwindled mercilessly, I'm losing time here, is the last argument that he can apply is to say that atheism itself is a religion, that there are doctrines needed. Just to show the ridiculousness of this claim is that what beliefs do you take up in your lack of belief in Thor or Zeus or Poseidon? You don't believe anything extra for not believing. You don't say, okay, I don't believe in Thor, so I'm going to go kill a virgin. No, I mean, it doesn't work like that. Lack of belief doesn't assert any claims. It's just that, lack of belief. That's exactly what it is. I'm not saying anything. In fact, atheism, the term, is a reactionary claim. I'm not claiming anything. I'm just claiming his claims aren't true. That's all I'm saying. Lastly, before I leave, I have to skip a little bit of what I was going to say. Apparently, I didn't have enough time to do this. There's levels of certainty. Everyone always says, well, how can you possibly know? There's no possible way. They always go with this agnostic route. I was recently in discussion with a guru of mine who hinted at the belief in reincarnation. And I said, what do you think reincarnation? Why do you think it's true? He says, I don't know. And then another teacher came in, well, this is an epistemological argument that there's things that you just can't know, there's certainties of knowledge. And I said, I know, but there's levels of certainty here. I know, for the most part, that this table exists. I'm not 100% certain. I'm 99.9%. I could be in the matrix. It could be zeros and ones. I don't know. But as far as I know, I'm technically agnostic about this table, but I'm pretty sure it exists. As far as God is concerned, I don't know absolutely 100%. I have to be technically agnostic, but I'm technically agnostic about everything. But as far as I know that Thor doesn't exist, Poseidon doesn't exist, Satya Sababa is not a deity, I can pretty be certain that I can check off God, Yahweh of the Bible, who's 6 foot, gray-haired, and has a penis. He does not exist. That man doesn't exist. The God of the Bible doesn't exist. The God of Muslims don't exist. The God of Yahweh, all these attributes or these claims that are absurd in any other setting, any other form of discourse, are absurd if you just change the X, if you just change the variable.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent first stop. Tanner, does God exist?
Does God exist? Of course, I'm going to say yes, because for the sake of the debate, this is what we're supposed to, what I'm supposed to say. But in light with that, Alex, almost everything that you are saying is completely true. Almost everything, from my point of view. From where I sit, looking at my own life experience, religion, believing in God, believing in Jesus, even if you want to take it as far as believing in, in Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism, these things, they sound really nice. They sound, even if you want to look at it from a standpoint of, even if you don't necessarily believe in the God, it's a good standard of morals to live by. It's a good, when the Bible says, love your enemies as yourselves. If everybody in the world did that, we wouldn't have half of the crap that goes on in the world. With any religion, there is very little to no physical evidence about it. And I think that is the whole specific reason and backbone of what religion is. Religion is not saying, I can see this table, I believe that it's there. Religion is a matter of faith. It's a matter of believing in something that you cannot see and being confident in something that is not there. And the only way that you can have any sort of confidence with that, the only way that you can be certain that there is a God in this universe, there is a God that lives with me and walks by me day by day, the only way that you can do that is to full-heartedly live it out as if you believe that. And when I say live it out, it doesn't mean